Continuing with all the Kirbys, we come to Kirby Super Star Ultra. In just a few months after Kirby's Block Ball released, they released Kirby Super Star, and this has been a project that they had been working on for quite some time. The next major Kirby game. And with this, they wanted to emphasize a couple things. First of all, was that there were a lot of Super Nintendo games at the time that were emphasized on being single, large, lengthy, involved adventures. So they stepped back from that and instead made this, I think it's referred to as an omnibus style, with a lot of different, shorter games in it. The other thing they wanted to emphasize was co-op. Which is why Ogre's here.
And I'm here too.
Now, I did say I wasn't going to redo games, and I've said for a while that I didn't want to do Superstar Ultra because it was effectively a game that we had already done. But I feel like this is a really good opportunity, because we're at the point where we need to show off Kirby Superstar, but I really don't want to sit back and direct you guys at literally our first video series to say, go watch this if you want Kirby Superstar, because it's our first, and it's bad.
Yeah, I think the one thing that kills me the most is I'm thinking, like, my first joke is that, so you're saying you're a liar?
Yes.
Okay, and my second thought is like, no, I wouldn't torture a war criminal with our first playthrough. Oh my god, we had that one stand mic that looked like a rhinoceros beetle.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we only had the one, too.
Yeah, it was the one.
Yeah. $10 stand mic, not even a headset or anything. Wasn't a microphone or anything. It was the kind of... Oh my goodness.
It's like
the technology of 20 years ago.
It was like those intercom things they have like at like a station or something when you need to call somebody and goes like, number 25, you can come up now, number 25.
And it sounded like the microphones at the DMV.
I mean, you're also talking like... What, over 10 years ago we played that game?
Yeah.
So, it's fair to give, like, this one a final shot. Also, yes, we are totally legitimately playing these off of two Nintendo DSs. Don't ask questions.
So with the focus on co-op, that means... Yeah, it was fairly easy to do on the Super Nintendo, plug in two controllers. However, the remake, or Superstar Ultra, was a DS game, which means connecting to each other was a little more complicated, and involved both both players having a copy of the game, and connecting to each other locally over Wi-Fi.
I was going to ask you, did you have to have a copy? And then you just basically said
you
that you
did if you wanted to play the entire game.
Ah, so you do mini games with the download feature.
You could play Spring Breeze.
Oh, Spring Breeze?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
With the download feature. So you only had to have one version for that. But, of course, as I said. So...
What is this Resident Evil basement theme here happening?
So we're going to hop on in, 2-player, and I'm going to make a room.
Melon.
With my totally legitimate 2 DSs.
Yes, do not ask questions. You will not get answers.
All right. So they've actually added 3 new sub-games. They don't have the original 3, which saddens me, because I really liked those, especially Megaton Punch.
I thought those unlocked later.
Maybe they do. They have these 3 new ones, which I'll probably have to show off at another time. We can't easily do them in co-op, since they all involve the touchscreen. But for the time being, let's take a look at Spring Breeze.
All the food in peaceful Dreamland has been stolen. This must be the work of King Dedede. This game is player 1 is choosing. Is easy fun. It's simple player 1 is choosing.
Alright, new game. There's trouble in Dreamland. Oh no.
Oh no, not Dreamland. What could possibly happen? This is the, this is the one where they flex so hard because they were like, let's take that Game Boy game and make it like the opening game section of the entire game.
Yeah, and especially taking advantage of what the Super Nintendo could do when Kirby's Dream Land was originally on, like, the Game Boy, before Super Game Boy, anything.
Hey, I know a YouTuber has a name like that.
That's some sound.
Let the adventure begin. Oh my god, they bisected Kirby.
That's a stretch. That's a feat. So, unlike in Kirby Superstar, this actually listens to you. Yes, I played before. Would you like a tutorial? No, I'm good.
See, in the original one, even if you said yes, that you didn't want it, it'd go like, let's just give it to you anyway.
I almost wonder, because I've not tested it myself.
I'm sorry, I'm just, after all the stuff with Kirby recently, the fact he, like, gets scared from the butterflies is like, yes, you should be scared of the butterflies, Kirby. You don't know what they will do to you.
What the?
Right, I have a charge.
Yeah, so another thing that they wanted to emphasize with this game was more complicated movesets. Because all of the abilities up until now had very simple moves. You hit the button and you do a thing. They were actually looking at fighting games, even.
Oh, considering we're talking about Sakurai, this makes sense.
I do recognize that the sound is kind of weird. I understand. I apologize. I'll look into that later. Maybe it'll be something I can do something about. Maybe it won't.
Hold up, DS. What? We're at Brawl at this point, right? For Smash?
DS.
Because it's the Wii.
Oh yeah, the DS. I don't know. I'm not that far out.
Yeah, no, it's Brawl. I think. When was this one version released? Because I know the SNES version was 96? Japan?
It was. I have it right here. 96.
Yeah.
In Japan on March 96.
Yeah.
So just a few months after the prior game.
Okay.
Not counting Toy Box.
Yeah, obviously. My food.
Eh. Let me up! Does this like keep pulling up? No.
What about this side? There's nothing.
Nothing! At all.
I'll be there in a second.
Gotcha.
You dick. Poor tree's just standing here and you're just like...
Just minding his own business. Kirby walks in and says, nah.
Yeah, alright.
Didn't get to do nothing. I do enjoy your attempts at dancing.
It's like, oh crap, we have to make them dance now.
Yeah, and I'm sure, as we've said before, this is a... No!
I'm sorry, I'm just so used to murder. I've ashamed you. Anyway.
Yeah, this is a remake of Kirby's Dream Land. The very first Kirby game. I believe it's an abbreviated...
It has to be. There's just no way it doesn't make sense to not be abbreviated.
Can't remember everything it does. Oh, that's right. The abilities all have their ability pages that actually show what everything does. This is orchestrated a little, or this is laid out a little bit differently, but it's kind of nice. Okay, so up, grab. Okay, so there's no, like, weird stuff in here.
Also, we're talking about the era where fighting games are slowly getting into what they want to be, but not yet. Oh yeah, I can just, like, go for a ride on you. I'm like, Kirby, I don't feel like flying. Wait, can you do that for me, too?
Does not look like it.
Aw. So I can hitch her right off of you. Oh, I can do the head bump thing. Spikes.
Okay, so what do I got? It's... If I have that. If I tap it, I do that.
Make sure you're not hitting down because we are above a spike pit.
Yeah, I'm pressing up, not down. So I got my Shoryuken. Perfect. Do I have it down? I swear I should have it down.
Nope. It might be a crab, technically.
Okay, so don't press down. Just hit it in the air.
Yeah, it's just the grabs. You don't really have it down.
Well, I have down kick here, but that's don't press.
Can you hold it?
There's that, but that's the same thing. No, that's different.
Don't
Whatever,
go through the
man,
door,
let's
don't
go.
through- Oh, there was still a section up there. Oh, well.
I'm sure this is abbreviated because there are... There are absolutely sections that I am not seeing that I remember from Dreamland.
I mean, it has to be. Because it's just one of those, like, they could do it, but it's also like...
I was thinking about it.
You know what I was thinking more? It's like, what if you just made me the Crash Buddy? It's like, does that work?
I don't think I can. Oh, that's solid. Or that's not solid.
I like the meaty sound of your punches.
Go. Whoa.
God! Avenge me, my love. I'll get right on it. Oh, God! In the back! That's right, with the Kirby attack from Smash Brothers. Now to dance with my heavy armor. That's right, I jumped off the wall with your 3D of your DS.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Bonk. Bonk. Yeah, now I punch things!
Wanted to grab sword. Okay, we got sword. What does sword give me?
You sure can
The
swing.
King of Blades. At full health, you shoot beams.
This is your King of Blades. I'm just thinking, King of Games, bitch! I can draw swords and blades! You're throwing your cards away. No, I'm not.
Okay, so like a double tap almost will give me the uppercut. Relatively simple. Oh, that's it. That's the uppercut. And then if you mash, you do the sword beams. Kind of surprised I don't have an up. I have a down. Can't have everything, I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we stay there, I can infinitely get, like, 10 points from hitting that guy's thing.
Okay, so... Yeah, that's all that. Then I can stab, and I can hit the button in the air. And that's pretty much it.
Do you... I know it's just gonna be a weird thing to say, but is it just weird that Kirby has, like, a hat like Link's?
Well, that's kind of the point. Oi! Is that it's a shout out to Link.
I mean, I know, but it's just one of those, like... Do you think it's just one of those they get directives every once in a while? It's like, stop making these shout-outs.
Stop putting Link in your games.
Like, like Mario wasn't supposed...
I mean,
like,
straight up, though, you collect the friggin' Triforce in Great Cave Offensive.
wait, you also pick up the Falchion from, I know I'm butchering the pronunciation of that, but also it's funnier, because I know people are gonna write comments about it. But, you get the Falchion from, Fire Emblem in that game.
You don't get a lot for Mir. This is legit it, but that's almost enough. Because you can do that, and you can do that, and you can do this. I always liked Mir's dash.
Mirror is just one of those fun ones.
Yeah, it's not complicated, but it doesn't need to be. You just have fun with it. Like, kind of the idea is that you can reflect their projectiles
that's a chicken.
back at you, or back at them.
No, right back at them.
Right back at them.
Kirby, you gotta send it right back at them. Alright, there's a garden here.
Taking advantage of all those buttons they got on the controller. Got him.
I can't grab it. It has to be
There we go, we did it.
That's stupid, Kirby. He's right back at us. DDD looks at the screen.
I don't know, I like one-ups. Hey!
Oh, it's Mike. Die, Mike. You don't belong in this world. It is not by my microphone stand that I am reborn in this world again.
I think over here is just death. If I go down there, the dude's gonna respawn at the top.
Why can't I get all the way up?
Can't
Do
you?
I need a pill for that?
Can't you only jump up and fly up for so long?
Like
Or so
partners?
high.
I don't know.
Yeah, or something like that. Hey. Rude.
He's not really dying. Okay, he finally died, but...
I mean, they're rocks.
Oh my god, it's a moderately sized rock.
Good old Krakow back again.
Good old Krakow. Always goes first.
Krakow has got to be my favorite boss. He's like almost frustratingly difficult in some games, though. Like he's always a late game boss.
Oh, we're almost done with this one.
Yeah, not a long game.
Final stage, Mount da-da.
Da-da-da.
Da-da-da. Da-da-da.
I always like that Kirby's kind of bobbing up and down to the music in that intro. It's like da-da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, does he actually match the tempo of it?
Very briefly. I don't think it's intentional, but it's very charming.
I feel so sad for that one rock who gets
He's just chilling there. Yeah. Like Kirby flies in. Oh, crap.
just, you know, just ate it there.
All right, DDD, let's go.
Let's see you eat all those eggs this time.
Nice move. Boy, you sure can just kind of hit stun him. Man, there he goes.
Wah!
Man, having just played, and by just I mean at least somewhat recently played Kirby's Dream Land, that was a fight in Dreamland. Like, you had to pay attention to what his moves were and how to move around them and dodge them, and now it's just meh. Admittedly, for not just Superstar do you have, like, your new abilities and things to make things much easier, but also specifically for Superstar Ultra, they made Spring Breeze easier. Oh, that's some music. I'll look into that. At least they're quick about it.
It's probably encoding.
I'm sure it's some. Who knows? It's going to the music, or it's going to the pace of the credits, which was hilarious. And the intro here is reference to the other thing about Kirby's Dream Land, or the outro here, is reference to the other thing about Kirby's Dream Land, which was originally Kirby was intended to just be a Kirby. Like, there's just a bunch of residents of Popstar, and Kirby goes like, I'm gonna do the thing, and steps up to be the hero. Which is why you see, like, a ton of Kirbys in the end. A bit of lore that they've since kind of
Backstepped.
put under the... kind of swept under the rug.
It's adventure on this... It's Kirby's Adventure on the NES, right?
Yes.
That's the one that has Nightmare in it.
Yes.
Like, the original Game Boy was just DDD, right?
Yeah.
And then you had, like, a hard mode you could do.
Yeah. Which was just the game again, but worse.
Are you sure this is supposed to be Kirby's? It looks like... I mean, this is the retcon stuff.
Yeah,
It's
they
like
may have
now
changed them into
Waddle
Waddle Dees or something for this, but it was supposed to be Kirby's originally.
Again, you're talking the Game Boy, so...
Yeah. Like, it was literally his first game.
There's Gourmet Race now.
Alright. My favorite.
You can now play Dynablade, Gourmet Race, and the Great Cave Offensive.
I say my favorite, it's actually not. I mean, it's a silly little mini-game thing, but it's...
Listen, nobody cares about the game itself, really, but the music.
That's true. The music is...
The music is literally just all anybody really knows and cares about. It's like, oh, Gourmet Race? Yeah, I love that music. Okay, what's the race about? What's the thing about? Your race? Yes. What?
DDD.
Could keep going.
For food.
Thank you. You figured it out. Not some weird, like, gatekeeping thing. It's just one of those, like... I mean, the thing that it's the Gourmet Race. You know what it's all about.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to Kirby. It's like they're racing even though, honestly, outside of, like, maybe Goku... Like, there's no... And obviously Kirby, because they're fictional characters. You could not do that in reality. You'd be barfing like the first leg of the race. It's like, here's a spaghetti dinner.
I think Luffy could do it.
Oh, well...
I mean, by the end, he may be rolling.
Okay, I'm just gonna let him win, because he's gonna run over everyone else.
Alright, so, Spring Breeze. Until next time, everyone.
Wait. It was... a gas.
Gas.